When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
It's been difficult because I hadn't been able to see my grandchildren.
An expression on someone's face when you do something nice for them.
I miss all my friends in school.
Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision about COVID-19 vaccine.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
If you're looking for quality seafood with friendly service, then the Fish Shack is the place for you. We're fast, fresh, and convenient, and ready to serve you today. You can order online and come in, or pick up your food curbside. We have outdoor seating as well. Need something to cool your taste buds? We have tasty daiquiris that you're sure to love. So come see us today at the Fish Shack in Byram, where we have great seafood and good daiquiris.
Okay, so how long have you been coming to Stan's?
Since 1987. I've forever loved Stan's Burgers because the people, they're real people. They help the community, and their family owned and operate. And the food, the quality, and service has always been phenomenal. And anywhere I'm at, I always recommend people to them. It's great food, and you get enough love for your money. If you need a good place to eat and you want a good environment to support the community and support the effort of the Jackson community, I recommend Stan's Super Burger to you because, like I said,
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and for all those who's listening and watching it from around the world. And we are now live from the corner of Dalton and Lynch Street. It's the show where we take you inside the game before the game begins. It's the Pregame with your host, Charles Bishop and Neely. So get ready because we pregame harder than the other show's party. It's the Pregame.
And welcome into the pregame show with Bishop and me, coming to you live today from Big Wheel Barbecue 2857 Kirby here in Memphis, Tennessee, Millie. It is the Southern Heritage Classic.
Hey man, you got a lot of locations you can pick to choose from for big bills, but if you pick Kirby Parkway, you got a brother named Kirby, man. You got to come to Kirby.
Yes, indeed, man. We're having a nice time here. Awesome time, great hospitality. Back here in Memphis, man, Southern Heritage Classic. It is woven into the fabric of Memphis, Tennessee, Jackson State and Tennessee State. This rivalry continued this year, 2021.
Yeah, and the rivalry has gone up a notch because of the iconic coaches that are affiliated with both programs. Deion Sanders, Coach Prime for the Jackson State Tigers, and Eddie George, Heisman Trophy winner, legendary Tennessee type player for Tennessee State. So that just took things up a notch. We had the coaches press conference today. At that press conference, FedEx gave $1 million to each institution and also to the one right here in Memphis. So it's a great day to be a Tiger. Both Tigers got the $1 million from FedEx. So it's going to be a great weekend here. It is Friday evening, not too late to get to Memphis. The game is in about 24 hours, a 6 p.m. kickoff. We are at 2857 Kirby Parkway, live from Big Bill's Barbecue.
So if you're in the area, please stop by, holler at us here at the pregame show. Neely, when you take a look at this rivalry, the Memphis Classic started back in 1990 as a way to increase the rivalry between Jackson State and Tennessee State, and it has grown into what it has become today. Just an awesome time with Jackson State, Tennessee State. Tennessee State, they do lead the series 17-10, but I tell you what, 2019, Jackson State was able to get a win. It's been a long time coming, man, trying to get over these big blue nation Tennessee State Tigers.
Chuck, the interesting thing about this rivalry is, it's history and also it's legendary. We share Big John Merritt. Coach Merritt left Jackson State and went to Tennessee State and really put his stamp in the coaching ranks. His legendary status, if you will, his coaching Hall of Fame resume was really cemented for his days at Tennessee State. But everybody knows that he was at Jackson State, legendary coach before he moved there. So many players from Jackson, Mississippi, legendary high school players, went on to Tennessee State and followed Big John Merritt. So there's always been this unspoken and spoken rivalry between the two cities as it relates to recruitment, as it relates to legendary coaches. We meet in the middle and play in Memphis, Tennessee, 3 hours from Nashville, 3 hours north of Jackson. And the rivalry, the emphasis on the game could not be any stronger now that you have those two iconic coaches to both programs. So it's going to be an exciting weekend show. Of course, the Jackson State will be leaving here with a win in about 28 hours. Now we're 24 hours away from the game, man. Having a great time. Hospitality has been amazing. I talked to Dr. Blue, head band director. The Boom is engaged. They're out rehearsing right now, getting ready for the show tomorrow. He's the aristocrat in Tennessee State. So he's enjoying the city. So his band members are enjoying the city. Coach Prime, they had a more relaxed schedule here in Memphis for the players that they had in Miami. They got there several days ago. And had a lot of tours and a lot of events. They did a walkthrough this morning at the Liberty Ball walkthrough practice back to the hotel. But they just kind of laying over there and relaxing at the hotel, totally focused on this ball game.
You mentioned the history, Neil, and you mentioned, and we've talked to some of those players around Jackson, and you said that there's a synergy between Jackson State and Tennessee State. Quite a few players from around the Jackson area followed Big John Merritt at Tennessee State. Of course, Big John was at Jackson State from 1953 to 1962, won the Black College National Championship 1962. And then, of course, our own beloved W.C. Gordon. He is a Tennessee State alum, played at Tennessee State from 1948 to 1952, but he was head coach for the Jackson State Tigers from 1976 to 1991. So you take a look at the way the rivalry is really woven in between each other. It's phenomenal. It's really phenomenal to have these two schools. We talked about the tradition and the history last week in FAMU, but this takes it up even another notch with Jackson State Tennessee State.
There's a reason this game made Jay Walker's top 5 as it relates to classics. And, Chuck, everyone always talks about wanting that coach. Walker, that coach that's from your ranks. And he forget that our most legendary, our winningest coach, W.C. Gordon, played at Tennessee State University. Tennessee State's legendary coach was a coach at Jackson State before Big John Merritt went off to Tennessee State. So many similarities between the two programs, so many rivalries in that recruiting footprint, particularly that historic recruiting footprint as it relates to the land between central Mississippi and Memphis and North Alabama going up into Nashville, all competing for those iconic black players that weren't going to Power 5 schools because they couldn't go at the time. And so they were landing with Eddie Robertson, they were landing with Big John Merritt, they were landing with W.C. Gordon in Jackson. So these rivalries, these competitions, the history of it all could not be more iconic and deeper than what you would have this weekend. Cherries on top, Deion Sanders, Eddie George.
Deion Sanders, Eddie George. You talk about two brand names within HBCU football. They share 16 Black College National Championships between Jackson State and Tennessee State. But
Jackson State, man, it's two Tigers walking.
I see them.
I know they come to smoke cigars on that patio, big deal on that patio out there. They come to smoke. We don't couple drinks in this. It's real to something.
Yeah, we got to hold it too.
When we're in a live environment that's moving, you got to keep your head on that stool.
Oh, no doubt. But when you take a look at the two brand names in terms of HBCU football, Jackson State, Tennessee State, they share 16 Black College National Championship. You take a look between both teams, 7 first-round NFL draft picks, and then you also have 6 Hall of Famers between both schools. Jackson State with 4, Tennessee State with 2. So you're talking about, even with Tennessee State, they had 2 Tall Jones, former #1 pick of the entire draft back in, I believe, 1974. So you're talking about both brand names, iconic names in terms of HBCU football. What could be better? And then you have the Southern Heritage Classic now that has taken place since 1990 and has built up to what it is today. Really looking forward to the night.
Chuck, could you be more relaxed? I think the only thing you can be more relaxed is get you some big deals. He good relaxed. You lay back and you talk about John Merritt and these National Black Collegiate Championship. You like chilling. We ain't got a drink in those chillers in here.
I know, right? Having a blast over here.
Sleep before we get out there, man.
Exactly. Yes, indeed. Well, we're going to get into it a lot tomorrow in terms of breaking down the matchups. But last week, Jackson State gets a huge win over Florida A&M, 7-6. Orange Blossom Classic. The Jackson State fan base, they turned out in droves down there in Miami.
It was an exciting crowd, man. Exciting atmosphere to see those fans navigating the pandemic, practicing everything safe. Vaccine promotions everywhere, social distancing everywhere. To seeing those folks who travel together, hang out safely. Stands were full. When you factor up the crowd, the stands were full. A lot of the days alumni in the hotels. And one thing that we've always talked about since April, since the spring season ended all the way to training camp, is that we told everyone that defensive line, defensive unit was much improved and with a totally different look for what you were accustomed to.
Yeah.
And we were spot on.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of what I've been hearing from the alumni this past week was that defense. It woke up some memories of yesteryear, talking about the 80s and 90s. But we'll see if that defense can sustain it again in week 2. But I tell you what, against Florida A&M, they held a Rattler Stone at 234 yards of total offense. They played some lights out football last week.
Yeah, lights out football, man. Getting to the ball was something here. Coach Brian preaching at practice. And it paid off. All the better fields to the ball by the end of the play, going for strips, going for those turnovers, hitting hard, side.
Oh.
That dude,
21 Savage.
He will put his face in a fan, man. So it was exciting to see that dark side defense back. And even on the offensive side, we did not put up a lot of points on the scoreboard. But you had a freshman quarterback. What was he? 18 to 24.
18 to 24, 221 yards, if I'm not mistaken. And one rushing touchdown.
24, 220 plus yards of rushing TD. There's a lot of good for the shoulders. If Danny Don Merritt say, if I'm not going to say it. If it's a bus, you get it. But if you look at the two turnovers, we had two fumbles. Both of those were on scoring drives.
Yeah.
So if you score on one of those, you take the field goal that we missed. If you take the potential touchdown drop, even though he had to lay out for it. I mean, you could identify about 17 points that were just low-hanging fruit left out there on the field. Like that game shouldn't have been that close at the end of the day, but it was that close. We working towards 7-6 Jackson State with a family with the surface of the next possible. We were able to get that win. And it's important to be in Chuck because not only the SWAC game, but the SWAC East game. We are 1-0 in the SWAC East. Going into the next two non-conference games really don't impact the record for the team. We don't have a SWAC game until October.
That's true. That's true. And you mentioned, I think that's been a recurring theme around the football team this week. They know they left some points on the board with regard to the offense last week. But we'll see. Can they get on track more so this week against a tough Tennessee State Tiger football team that, we always are going to get Tennessee State's best punch, if you will, because it is a rivalry game.
But, the local media down in Jackson, before we get this way, they asked Coach Prime what did he expect his team. And he just simply said, I expect him to take on the characteristics of their head coach. Their head coach is tough, he's physical, he initiates contact. I expect his team to play the same way. We're not interested in their players. We want what they did or didn't. We know that Eddie George is going to have that team built to play like he is. So Coach Prime understands this about the physical game. And Tennessee State is going to look to initiate that physicality. So they have prepared for the week. They know that Turner Page, FAMU week is over this week in Tennessee State. We're not interested in where they won the first game, not interested in whether we won or lost our first game. Not even interested in the historical rivalry of this because this is a new era and it's rivalry. Totally focused on what these two teams bring to the table and what we can do to exploit their weaknesses.
Undoubtedly, what can we do to exploit their weaknesses? Tennessee State, they dropped a tough one last week to another SWAC opponent, Grambling, 16-10. They utilized 3 different quarterbacks in that game. So it's quite a bit to sort of prepare for this week when you take a look at 3 different quarterbacks. But Coach Prime said in the press that they got 3 quarterbacks. That's saying, you might not have one. So, you got to go out and go put your best foot forward and try to put some pressure on whoever is on the center of the mark for Tennessee State.
Sure. I believe defense travels. I believe Dennis Furman, defense coordinator, Jeff Weeks, D-line coach, and Coach Matthews, secondary coach. I think he has those guys up and at him, and they're going to travel play well. If you want to look at that Tennessee State ranking, both of those teams score more points than we score. And math is math. So the defense is going to have to crank it up a little bit to make sure we keep them on the other side of this 50 as much as possible. Get them off the field. No silly penalties that leads to first downs. If we do those things and control the game, we Tiger football, Jackson State Tiger, the real Tiger football, I have no doubt with that.
Yes, indeed, and we're coming into this game with a 1-game win streak. We'll take it. In 2019, Jackson State knocked off Tennessee State 49-44, snapping Tennessee State 6-game win streak. Both teams, if you remember that game, they returned the opening kickoffs back for touchdowns. It was a wild and crazy game. Jackson State rushed for 344 yards. Tennessee State threw for 384 yards. So a tale of 2 different ways to try to get the victory, but luckily we came out ahead in that game. And meaning, what you got going on over there, buddy?
Oh, nothing. If there wasn't no truth, because there's a lot of truth in it, so my butt should start going to sleep sitting on my stool, so I had to stand up.
I had to ask, right?
You asked what I was up to, man. Standing up, man. Them butt cheeks,
It is the pregame show. We're coming to you live here in Memphis, Tennessee from Big Bill Barbecue, 2857 Kirby. Stop on by, come holler at us here at the pregame show. We start to see some of our alumni fans and start to make their way over.
I tell you this, Chuck, we have a fella here. He hosted Coach Prime in his home last night. Pick his brain on what that dinner, what that meal was like. Got a couple of Jacksonians filing in. Bill has a patio right here, cigar smoking, scooper smoking. The best barbecue in Memphis that you can find around town. It's here. Big deals, man. Pregame show with B-Day as long as you want to be there. We don't have no time.
We don't have no time. We'll take a quick break here on the pregame show. It's Bishop and me. We'll come back to you a little bit more pregame here on the pregame show.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
It's been difficult because I hadn't been able to see my grandchildren.
An expression on someone's face when you do something nice for them.
I miss all my friends in school.
Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision about COVID-19 vaccine.
If you're looking for quality seafood with friendly service, then the Fish Shack is the place for you. We're fast, fresh, and convenient, and ready to serve you today. You can order online and come in, or pick up your food curbside. We have outdoor seating as well. Need something to cool your taste buds? We have tasty daiquiris that you're sure to love. So come see us today at the Fish Shack in Byram, where we have great seafood and good daiquiris.
And welcome back to the pregame show. Bishop and Deion coming to you live from Memphis, Tennessee, as we get ready for the Southern Heritage Classic on tomorrow, 6 p.m. kickoff from the Liberty Bowl, the historic Liberty Bowl. We're coming to you live today from Big Bill Barbecue, 2857 Kirby here in Memphis. And Neely, man, what we got working over there, over in the front area?
Man, I'm standing right outside Big Bill's bar. It's happy all the time, man. People are coming in, getting drinks, getting ready for this orange, I don't know, say Orange Blossom Classic, for this Southern Heritage Classic. Still got Miami. Look, we got 3 M's. We went to Miami. We're here in Memphis. Next week we go to Monroe.
Yes, we do. We got the 3 M's. We started the season out with the 3 M's. So
we're here for the Southern Heritage Classic, but man, frame in the narrative. Because I tell you what, this Southern Heritage Classic with Tennessee State versus Jackson State was all good. But if we had a game with Ole Miss versus Arkansas called the Southern Heritage Classic, it wouldn't be all good.
So we enjoy. The only time you can say Southern Heritage and it is not doesn't have a bad connotation.
We are about Southern Heritage. We got a couple of Jacksonians. See other parking coming in. So we're Big Deals, 857 Kirby Parkway, no relation to me, my brother Kirby. So we're kicking it, Chuck. We're going to get some barbecue in us, get some drinks in us, have a good time. Team Hotel, the official hotel that's downtown. We're going to mill it out down there, kind of sequester. We'll be doing our game day show live from the team hotel in the book. So we'll be down there with the players, bringing you some last minute interviews and updates, any roster changes, that kind of thing. May have a couple of coaches join us tonight too via Zoom. We'll see.
You know, Neil, I wanted to ask you, when we look back at last week, were there any surprises? We've been embedded with the football team throughout camp with regards to how they performed last week. Oh, wow, look at you. Looks nice.
Another Jacksonian walking in. Yeah.
But were there any surprises last week with regards to Orange Blossom Classic?
You know, I tell you what, a pleasant surprise. I was pleasantly surprised at the attendance. You know, I thought that given the distance, given the pandemic, given year one, but the Jackson State Tigers showed up, the FAMU Raptors showed up. I can only imagine next year would be even greater. I was not surprised by the defensive play. I think you and I have been calling that all summer. I was surprised at the lack of an establishment of a running game. So what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow is, do we get that running game established? Do we help take some pressure off of QB1, help extend drives, help extend the game, run that clock down with some of those big runs that we know our backs are capable of, that we just didn't really get going.
Yeah, the game had a tough ebb and flow to it last week. And you mentioned trying to get that running game established. Like you have to pack the defense, you got to pack the running game as well. So looking for guys like Peyton Pickett and Sandy Marshall to really step up tomorrow. They'll take to this Tennessee State defense. Tennessee State defense reported themselves pretty well last week in this round.
Yeah, you know, I didn't get to see a lot of that Tennessee State's round down. I watched some of the highlights and tried to make some notes. I really don't have a deep evaluation or appreciation of that game. But I do know, as we just said, Chuck, when this one comes about, it doesn't matter what Tennessee State did last week or what they didn't do last week. It doesn't matter what we did or didn't do last week. This is a whole new ball game, a whole new rivalry. Both of these schools and their historical relationship of this rivalry, that for some degree of time, Tennessee State had the upper hand. With a lot of drives up 55 north, go back to sad face. So the Tiger Nation is really hoping to establish a new trajectory in the era of this rivalry that Jackson State Tigers will come down on top of.
And you know, you mentioned a lot of drives back down 55 south with some L's. But 2019, Jackson State was able to break that 6-game Tennessee State win streak. That was a huge win, beating the 49-44 here in Memphis. But I'll tell you, the cool thing is I was coming in today, the Jackson State Tar Flags, they are out in force. You already see them driving around here in Memphis. Jackson State fans have really, really been looking forward to this.
Yeah, I agree with Chuck. You know, this is a home house. This drive is a short drive. Jackson has traditionally done very well recruiting in this area. From Haven, if you will, we've had a lot of athletes from Memphis to come down to Jackson State. A lot of people who graduate from Jackson State, FedEx and other places in the Metro Memphis area. So it feels like a home game, kind of talk the same, we get the same foods, you know, got the relatives here, all up and down 55. So you're right, Chuck, everywhere you look at JSU flags out, this is one of those environments where the tailgate is just as big as
oh my gosh. Yes.
There'll be 40,000 people outside tailgate. And 40,000 plus in the stadium. So that's going to be a great look. Hopefully, as many people as we can get still get vaccinated and practice social distancing and wearing masks and that kind of thing. But this is an electric atmosphere. I'm looking out the window, man. Somebody phones out out there. I can go with pants on.
But I think sidebar, exactly. I think you touched on something very interesting, and that would be how will tailgating look, especially in this environment, in this climate, because we're still, you know, dealing with the pandemic. And it'll be a very interesting look-see going forward. You talk about the tailgating here in Memphis, but also the tailgating back in Jackson as well. For sure.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a precursor to what we do at home. You're gonna learn a lot from this one. Really wasn't a lot of tailgating down in Miami because the Jackson State fan base is coming from so far away. But here with this 3-hour drive, I think you're going to get a good glimpse of what we can expect for that home opener against Delta State, that soul-filled weekend, because we play Delta State on Saturday the 25th, and Valley play Southern Baton Rouge on Sunday the 26th, all right there at Veterans Memorial Stadium. So I'm expecting tailgating, to be what we're used to as it relates to tailgating, and we're going to see it tomorrow. No rain in the forecast, man. Perfect weather. Even got a little nippy here last night. There was a little bite there, a little chill, if you will, for this time of year. So should be a great game. Should be good to go. More folks are pulling up because it's that happy hour time at Big Bills. I was going to flip this camera and let you see what I see, Chuck.
Yeah, you're over in the fun area of Big Biz.
Man, you're in the fun area because you're over there with the ribs and the bologna sandwich, and
God,
nachos.
Man. It is definitely a menu for the big boy. That is definitely the case. That is definitely where you want to be, over here at 2857 Kirby Parkway here in Memphis, Tennessee, over here at Big Joe Barbecue. Again, Jackson State Alumni, Tennessee State Alumni. If you're in the area, stop by, holler at us, the pregame show, and we definitely want to stop and say thank you to all our fans who have been liking, sharing, subscribing. Pregame show YouTube page, our other social media venues as well, and definitely our sponsors. I can't thank them enough with regards to underwriting these programs. So just to give our Jackson State all the support.
And those sponsors are up and around the screen. We tag them on social media. Can't wait to get back to Jackson. They're encouraging everybody that's there in Jackson and making a trip to go to Grocery Bakery, get your breakfast in the morning, get salad and movie for lunch, and take that special person out to Bravo. I'm excited to have that restaurant group as part of our sponsorship for this season. Cannot forget Chambers and Gable, attorneys at law, who've been with us down since day one. Got Terrence Harris with the Cochran firm. He's a title sponsor, co-title sponsor for this week. Next couple of weeks, he's on board as a title sponsor. Northington PLL and responsible project architect. And so, folks who are interested in sponsoring and underwriting this program, slide in the DMs. We'd love to have you. Those YouTube views, man, are just going through absolutely through the roof. So there's certainly a bang for the buck in your advertising, as well as proceeds go to benefit JSU athletics.
That is a huge key. That proceeds go to benefits JSU athletics as well. And we do it with a labor of love.
But I might need to come over there by you. I see somebody growing daughter back there. Chuck,
thank you. Thank you, man.
Got a pretty good view of Bills yourself, man.
Got a pretty good view of Bills myself.
I got a drink though. You ain't got a drink.
Yeah. I mean, you're up in the game. But when we take a look at this game on tomorrow to Jackson State, Tennessee State, we talk a little bit about the offense in terms of trying to carry some things over that we didn't quite get done on the offensive side of the ball in Miami. But defensively, I don't know if we talked about that enough. Miles Gaddy and James Houston, man, coming off the edges last week against Florida A&M, they really caused a lot of havoc, and it really did remind a lot of the Jackson State alumni of some defenses of past years.
Yeah, tomorrow, man, we're going to go through that depth chart tomorrow morning show to give you that look at what you will see tomorrow night. But rewinding back to last week's depth chart, starting with Miles Gaddy off the edge, Chuck, you drew a perfect picture. He was unstoppable.
Yeah,
he was unstoppable. I call him Big Game James Houston, who came from Florida, with that game-ending play, that sack that resulted in a bloody nose bridge, and he was in it, man. He was in it. That's going to be an iconic play for this era of Jackson State football in history. Great imagery there. Cannot forget that linebacker pull, Aubrey Miller, who was SWAC defensive player. 9 tackles, I think it was, 7 solo tackles, 1 sack. Cam Glizzy, the freshman from from printing, all over the place, man, all over the place. So here's what I want to say to the Tiger Nation out there as we get ready to look at tomorrow's game. All those names that had big games last week, you can almost do like I do, ball them up and throw them at the camera, because you can expect a whole new set of names to have a big game this week, because that's the kind of depth that we have. This is not that era where we got to have that guy who will. This is truly, there's no drop off. You know, when someone has a mediocre game, a bad game, there's going to be a guy next to him with a great game. So you're going to hear names this week that you didn't hear last week.
And you know what? And that's a very good point that you bring out. And we have a unique perspective, man. We're down there on the sidelines, and we're giving you first-person interviews right when this thing happens, right when play happens. So it is a very unique experience, and it's one that with the pregame show that we don't take lightly. We are really trying to give our Jackson State fans an up-close view of as it's happening. And we got some great footage last week. Guys who just completely into the game. And I tell you what, it's going to be fun going through the season.
Yeah, man, go to the YouTube page at The Pregame Show on YouTube, The Pregame Show YouTube channel, and check out that segment that we call Straight Out of the Tiger's Mouth. Coach Brian has really opened up all access to the pregame show. We're in the locker room, we're on the sideline, we're interviewing players as things are happening. We then put that in a segment for you guys to go watch. You remember the big play, now you get to hear what the player said after the play, good or bad. So there's a fumble, we talk to him. There's a touchdown, we talk to him. There's an interception, we talk to him. If you give up a big play over the top and they score, we talk to him. It's really some good looks at our student athletes. And at the end of the day, Chuck, it also helps their NIL, their name, image, and likeness, because it shows their personality in tough situations. It's training for leadership and getting them media savvy, all of what the buttons that Coach Prime has trusted us with to hit on. So make sure you're liking, sharing, and following, and more importantly, subscribing to that YouTube channel so you can get the alerts, because every game week we're going to be dropping segments from the game. So we got a game tomorrow night. Starting about Monday through the rest of the week, you're going to get segments of Straight Out of the Tiger's Mouth from our sideline and locker room interviews from the players. First week went well. That's up on YouTube now. The second part will be coming out tomorrow as we get ready for kickoff. It's going to be an exciting season, exciting segment, giving you a new and the 110. Did you give it, Chuck? And the 110-year history of Jackson State football, giving you something you've never seen.
Giving you something you've never seen. That's what the name of the game. Trying to give our Jackson State fans something they've never seen. Aubrey Miller, 9 tackles last week, 10 blitz, 7 tackles. He had a sack as well. And then you mentioned Shiloh Sanders. When you talk about Shiloh, I don't think Shiloh got a camera that he didn't like, man. He not only was he knocking head, but he was telling you about it as well.
Yeah, he's vocal on the field and off. Deion Sanders Jr. was there and said, hey, man, Shiloh's going to hit. He's aggressive like that, and he does not mind telling you before and after the fact that he did. But the team has really opened up. It built that trust and rapport with the players from the pregame show, being embedded with them this summer through this fall. It's going to be a good look for the program.
Yes, it is. Great look for the program. Looking forward to it. So we'll take another quick break here from Big Bill's Barbecue, 2857 Kirby Parkway here in Memphis, Tennessee. We'll come back with a little bit more pregame show, especially in Millions like college sports.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Okay, so how long have you been coming to Stanford?
Since 1987. I've forever loved Stansburg because the people, they're real people. They help the community and their family own and operate. And the food, the quality, and service has always been phenomenal. And anywhere I'm at, I always recommend people to them. It's great food, and you get enough love for your money. If you need a good place to eat and you want a good environment to support the community and support the effort of the Jackson community, I recommend Super Burger to you because, like I said,
Welcome back to the Pregame Show here on the Black College Sports Network. And we have to let our viewing audience know a live environment, so a lot of noise in the background, but we're doing our best to really mitigate whatever circumstances. But I tell you what, thank you for tuning in here to
Word power mitigates.
Yes, indeed, man. Looking forward to this Black College Showdown, Southern Heritage Classic, Jackson State and Tennessee State. Looking forward to tomorrow. It is going to be one bar. Is it on the rivalry?
Yeah, it's definitely a rivalry, definitely restored. These programs are deeply connected from the days of Big John Merritt, from losing recruits like Bo Brown and Supernat to
Supernat, Bo Brown.
Yeah, Jackson football legends that decided to go to Tennessee State and not go to Jackson State. Even Tennessee State's current president, Dr. Glenn Glover, was dean of student business at Jackson State. So there's always a synergy connection between these two programs. And tomorrow's another log in the fire of the United States and its Coach Brian.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Glenn Glover, my dean from the School of Business, been president at Tennessee State for quite some time. She's also that person over Alpha a sorority incorporated. So we must get that out there as well. So.
And we don't have to get that out there, but you did a good job.
Yes, indeed. Looking forward to this game tomorrow with Jackson State, Tennessee State.
Hey, Chuck, I like that you wore the blue and I wore the red. We didn't discuss this. You showed up in your blue official Under Armour sideline here. I showed up in the red official Under Armour sideline. Hopefully, it won't rain on the sideline in Memphis like it did in Miami, because it was a damn monsoon for that opening kickoff. My feet still with me.
Yeah, you had the old duck water going over.
Oh man, chafing is real. Shout out to Boudreaux's Butt Paste. You can find it on the Baby Diaper Supply aisle at your local Walgreens. They are not an official sponsor, but I am personally endorsing Boudreaux's Butt Paste for all your chafing needs.
Yeah, Boudreaux's Butt Paste, only on the pregame show. Can you get that from my man?
You were about to talk about Eddie George, Chuck. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. We take a look at Eddie George in terms of what he brings to the Tennessee State program. Coach Brian talks about it in his press that he expects Tennessee State to take on the personnel of Eddie George. We know Eddie George is being one of the tougher running backs that we've seen in the NFL, and he's going to shape that Tennessee State team into his life.
Yeah, I think that happens. I think the coaches have their chokehold, if you will, in a positive way on the team, and it leaves that invitation and imprint of their character. You know, the reason Coach Brian coaches smart, tough, fast, and disciplined, it's him. He's tough, fast, smart, and disciplined. So you can look at this Eddie George team when you remember those Ohio State runs, when you think about those Tennessee Titans runs. This was again, Jeff Weeks guy putting his face in the fan, much like you see Derrick Henry now with that running style. Eddie George did not shy away from contact. He probably could have got 7 more yards avoiding contact, but he would lower the shoulder and the head and go to the defender and try to take them out. And Coach Brian and the coaches believe that with Hugh Jackson, with his coaching, with Eddie George, his coaching and playing style, that they know what they're going to face, be challenged with in this Tennessee State, what they're going to present to us, and they believe they can pay. We spent Thursday morning with the team before they rolled out to Jackson. They come up here in the special teams meeting, in defensive line meeting, and also out on the field with offensive walkthroughs. They believe they're prepared. They believe they have what it takes to leave here with a victory in the Southern Heritage Classic.
Yeah, and they have a tough running back. In Devon Starling last week, 88 yards rushing, 18 attempts, but he was an all OVC running back. So our defense, they talked about it last week, stop the run, make the team one-dimensional, and then you're able to pin your ears back and really come after them. So it's going to be a tough task tomorrow with this Devon Starling. Like I said, he's one of those backs that you hit it in between the tackles and bounced out, but he's a heck of a running back. In Tennessee State, normally, they keep a tough offensive line and a tough running back to run by.
Yeah, they recruit according to what their style. They play the players that match that style. So it's going to be a hard fight game in the trenches. We're going to see what our offensive line has to offer in this regard. Can we get the running game established this week? Really didn't get a full, strong foothold on the running game with one of these things. It was almost a borderline disrespect the way the FAMU lined up and invited us to run, and we really couldn't take advantage of that. Going to see if Tennessee State saw that on film, if they come out in those same defensive fronts, and see if we can run or not. I do know, after talking to Coach Lee, that the running backs are prepared this week. They're looking forward to the challenge and optimistic that they're going to get those opportunities to take advantage of it. So I would encourage our fans to sit back and relax and pay close attention to the run game. Just like we told you, week one, pay attention to the defensive line. We're telling you this week, pay attention to the run game. Write down the timestamp on the show. It's 54 minutes and 22 seconds when we said, pay attention to the run game.
Neely with the foreshadowing tomorrow.
Hey man, we're embedded to tell the story, and we've seen the work that's been put in the matches and results. We should see an improved run game from FAMU.
No doubt about it. We take a look at the improvement.
Was that your first no doubt about it?
That was my first no doubt about it today. It is an old football accident in regards to college football, but teams make their greatest jumps from week 1 to week 2, and we're really looking for that Jackson State offense to really get on track from week 1 to week 2 against Tennessee State.
And that's Chuck. That's really one of the advantages of the schedule that we have. And shout out to Athletic Director, Vice President Nancy Robinson, for taking this going down to the FAMU with the challenge of a week 1 SWAC opponent, a division SWAC East opponent, getting out of there with a win. But you talked about the jump between week 1 and week 2. We hear this classic, not going to bother our East Standards. We go to Monroe, not going to bother our East Standards. We go to Delta State, comes to Jackson, not going to bother our East Standards. And then we're ready to go into that month of October, where in no particular order you have Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Bethune-Cookman, and Valley. October is the month for Tiger football. October for Tiger football. Write it down. Make your plans to attend those games. October is the month for Jackson State.
Yes, indeed. October is the month for Jackson State football. When you take a look at those SWAC East opponents back to back during the month of October, October is going to be critical. Can't say it enough.
Yeah, we start off with a 5-week, the first week in October. Then we go to A&M, and then Alabama State comes to us for a homecoming. So hopefully we make it through this patch of September injury-free. Hopefully we take this opportunity to not only win some ball games, but clean up some things in this unit, get a little more chemistry, a little more gelling. That way when we do hit October, after that rest week in the bye, that we're really to sweep those SWAC East games, A&M State, Cookman, Valley, and go into November.
But we must take care of business first here tomorrow. Southern Heritage Classic. Neely and Bishop here on the pregame show. We are broadcasting live from Big Bill's Barbecue, 2857 Kirby Parkway.
Hey, Chuck, before we go to this next break, I want to tell everybody this. We got someone great on to host it, Coach Brown for dinner after the next break. But we also, man, let's show some of this food. So after we break, we got a special guest. She's going to be Zoom. Is she ready now? You want to do that? Are you good now?
Yeah, go ahead, bring her in.
All right, well, we'll skip the break, bro. We'll go into it now. You need to unmute yourself, Lori.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Lori Jen Jackson, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, Chuck.
Doing, Lori? Welcome into the pregame show.
Oh my God, I'm so excited about being here. Oh, I'm just so excited.
Former Miss Jackson State, Lori Evans, welcome into the pregame show. You had a very unique guest who came to your house. Go ahead, Nick.
Chuck, I'm going to give my headset to the other half of the Evans household,
yes,
so y'all can all discuss yesterday.
We're going to bring in your better half here, Chris Evans.
Hey, wait.
Charles Bishop.
How you doing, Brother Evans? Welcome into the pregame show. You guys hosted a very special guest last night who stopped by. Tell us a little bit about what happened.
So yeah, we hosted Coach Primetime last night for dinner, and it was truly an experience. So got a call yesterday morning from athletic director Robinson, and he basically told me, you know, Coach Prime, you know, he likes to connect with alums when he travels in different cities. And so I was like, okay. So he said, you know, he likes to have dinner with alums and maybe homes or restaurants. I'm like, okay. I said, so what do you need? He said, to have dinner. I said, where? He said, at your house. I said, when? He said, today. I said, like, today? He said, yeah. So I picked up the phone, called Chris, and we just kind of got the ball rolling. But it was really, you know, it was really an experience, and really just grateful that, you know, Ashley reached out to us to ask us about hosting Coach Prime and his staff and some of the coaches. And also I got an opportunity to see a few of the, one of his drivers was actually my driver in security detail when I was Miss Jackson State University. So it was really kind of bittersweet and a really good surprise to see Lieutenant Albright last night.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we'll take a look at
tell Neely I heard him.
You two are a sitcom unto itself. Let me ask this, I'm sorry, Laura, let me ask this question. The Memphis Alumni Chapter, definitely one of the more active alumni chapters in the Jackson State National Alumni Association. But talk a little bit about some of the things that they're doing here this weekend for the Southern Heritage Classic.
Sure, Chris, would you like to talk about some things?
With the head, but Chuck, since you passed it over to me, I do know that one thing that's going to happen tomorrow is a tailgate from 12 to 4 o'clock. The tan lot over at the stadium. That's one of the things that's going on. Last night, I think the team, the chapter actually had a meet and greet with the players. So that's one of the things we want to make sure welcome them to the city, giving them some a little flavor of Memphis, and from there on.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You guys stay active up here, and you guys do such a tremendous job of hosting the Southern Heritage Classic with the alums and the fans coming in. But how has this experience been for you being up here as Memphis residents?
Well, I'll speak for me, just because being here and not being in Jackson and then having to travel here. But for me, it has been an opportunity to connect with alums, family and friends that are here in Memphis. And then also because I've been away from home for 7 years now, it gives me, makes me a little more excited and happy to see those family and friends, alums that are coming from other places that I usually probably connect with in Jackson. So now it's in a different place. But I'm always excited. Actually, I talked to somebody about that today. It was like, for 2 years, last year we didn't have it because of the classic, because of COVID. And then I think it was 2018 because of, the weather. And so I think this is an opportunity for us to just kind of gather again, but we just need to understand that we are still very much in a pandemic, and we just still need to celebrate very safely as much as possible, and making sure that we are doing everything the right ways as much as we can. But it gives us opportunity to just kind of fellowship with family and friends.
Very much so. Chris, what about you?
Hey man, I've been in Memphis since 1993. So we've seen a lot of Southern Heritage Classics. And for me, in addition to just seeing your old college friends and things like that, it has always been a family thing for me. Like at least 3 generations of Jacksonians, come to Memphis that weekend. And it's a family affair, from my daughter, who was probably the most recent graduate, all the way up to my grandmother. So that's what it's really about for me, mostly family.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really awesome.
So can you ask Neely to one of those blocks belongs to me, and I think he stole it when we were in Miami, and yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. This is the fun of Neely and Lori. This is constant. This is constant, Chris. I tell you.
But you know what, Chuck? I am really looking forward to this weekend, and like I said, I have my nephews here, my god sisters are here, my god brothers here, and it's just, again, still gathering, but just doing it in a more safe environment, safe way. But I think you can still have a good time, and just still, because the Classic has been more than just a game. It's had such a tremendous economic impact, not only on Memphis, but the state of Tennessee for so many years. And I think you have to think about thinking through like Fred's vision of also promoting HBCUs. And I think we, from both sides, having Eddie George at Tennessee State, having Prime at Jackson State, we have two African-American men, right, that are prominent NFL greats, that are the head coaches at two prominent HBCUs that are in the, in our country. And I think that speaks volumes to what we are doing for HBCUs and what HBCUs bring to the table and what we bring to the community and to the nation, to the world. And so I think that's also a great opportunity and something for us to kind of play up on, as well as we kind of talk through the clash of the Tigers with the Classic. So I think it's more than just, just a game. Again, I think there are so many more elements that you can tie into it that are reasons that the Classic is heralded as such a great event.
Lauren, that's why you and Miss Jackson say you're so impromptu, so perfect, so right on time.
Right. Hey, Laura, are the tickets still available from Tailgating?
Yes.
Just trying to promote it right now in case we get them last sales in.
Yes, indeed.
So we do want to make sure that we are socially distanced at the tailgate, but we do have tickets that are still for sale. $15. You can purchase them on Eventbrite. Chuck, if you and Wendy like to come, I hope to see you before the weekend is over. I am cooking breakfast. Chuck, I'm letting you know, I'm cooking breakfast.
They coming over tonight to smoke cigars.
Oh my goodness! Oh yay!
Thought we'd tell you on live air.
I know, right? Exactly.
Thank you.
Laura, we really appreciate you guys stopping by the Pregame show and giving us a rundown of the events that are happening in the chapter and everything that's going on with the tailgate.
Yeah, so the JSU Memphis Alumni chapter will be hosting a tailgate tomorrow at Liberty Bowl Stadium in the Tan Lot from 12 to 4 p.m. I think you still can get some tickets online at you can go to www.jsumemphis.org. And tickets are $15. Portion of the proceeds benefit our chapter scholarship fund, and we support students from the Memphis and DeSoto County, Mississippi areas that attend Jackson State University. So we do like to have a good time, but we like to have a party with a purpose, and so that's what we're here for. And so we're looking forward to seeing everybody tomorrow at the game and bringing home another win, probably 2 scores more, but we're going to try to get a win.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Chris Evans, Laura Evans, thank you for stopping in here on the Pregame show. Always.
Thank you. And Chuck, will you tell Neely to make sure that he sends me an order of ribs or something home, please?
Will do. Definitely. We will definitely do that. Neely, you have your marching orders, buddy. I love it. We're coming to you live here from Big Bill's Barbecue here at 2857 Purple Parkway. We'll be right back after these messages here on the Black College Sports Network. This is the Pregame Show.
Have you had your Earthblend coffee today? At Earthblend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earthblend Coffee.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
And we are back with the Pregame Show live from Big Bills in Memphis, Tennessee. Out here on Kirby Parkway, man, people are coming in, families are picking up those Friday night meals. The bar is filling out with happy hour. Got some Jacksonians here. Jacksonians just because they went to Jackson State. We got Jacksonians from Jackson, and we got Jacksonians from like the drove from St. Louis down to the game. So you know, people are coming into town, man. It's still early Friday. The game is 6 p.m. kickoff. Which platform, Chuck? ESPN 3? ESPN 3 platform. So Chuck, one of the things that we do each week is we have a look around the SWAC, and I know we're going to get a deeper dive into look around the SWAC tomorrow morning, if you will. But Chuck, give us some of the tidbits that you picked up on some games from watching and what to look for as we keep an eye on what's happening in the SWAC this week.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of great action tomorrow around the SWAC. A lot of out of conference games tomorrow, as you see quite a few teams. They will be playing teams out of the SWAC. But we start off 11 o'clock. It will be Alabama State taking on Auburn. That game will be on SEC Network. We also have Grambling. They will be visiting USN. That is a 6 o'clock kickoff from Gettysburg. We also have a very interesting matchup, an SIAC matchup in Fort Valley State taking on Florida A&M. Of course, Fort Valley State, they were on TV last week. They knocked off Tuskegee in the Red Tails Classic and knocked them off 30-0. And I tell you what, they only held Tuskegee 103 yards total offense.
Hey, but Chuck, I got to interrupt you and ask a question on that one. What does it do to the psyche of FAMU if they drop that hat?
Oh, that'll be huge. I mean, because we've seen what happens with regards to Jackson State dropping SIAC games. We dropped SIAC games to Kentucky State. We saw that happen in Tuskegee as well. So this is a conference that always plays the SWAC very hard and play them with their chip on their shoulder because they're in Division II and they're playing up, so to speak. So it'll be a very interesting contest in Bragg Stadium tomorrow. It'll be the home opener for the Florida A&M Rattlers. You got Texas Southern. They're going on the road tomorrow. They go play Baylor. That game will be in Waco. That's also a 6 o'clock kickoff. Alton, they will have their home opener tomorrow. They're taking on the Northwestern State Demons. One of the few home games that Alton is going to have at home. Of course, not playing this past spring. Their home SWAC games, at least, were moved on the road. So this will be huge for Alcorn in terms of getting that Alcorn fan base and alumni galvanized around the team as they take on Northwestern State out of the South of the Conference. We also got another SIAC versus SWAC matchup. This is going to be a really good one. Miles, Golden Bears. They will be taking on Southern. It is the Pete Richardson Classic tomorrow. It is the home opener for the Southern Jaguars. Pete Richardson Classic. I tell you what, Miles, they are a dedicated program. They've won 4 out of the past 5 SIAC championship. Reggie Ruffin, listen for that name, Reggie Ruffin. He is one of the hot names that you hear. Some people say could be next up in terms of future SWAC coach. So keep an eye out for Reggie Ruffin, Miles over the Bears head coach. We also have Prairie View. They're going on the road tomorrow to take on Incarnate Word. This is a SWAC versus a Southland matchup. Expect the balls to be flying around for Prairie View. Their quarterback, Juwan Pass, newcomer of the week. He threw for 355 yards. But you also have Cameron Ward for Incarnate Word. He threw for 254 yards as they dropped their opener 2 yards. 44-41. So that'll be a very interesting contest for Prairie View. That is a battle of the I-10 corridor, a very fertile and rich recruiting corridor in the state of Texas along the I-10. And then we got the Southern Heritage Club. 6 p.m. kickoff tomorrow. Jackson State, Tennessee State, Coach Bryant, Coach Eddie Georgeville. Should be a head knocker we're looking forward to.
Hey, man, I scrunched up because I heard you say Alcorn. I didn't know who it was. And then you explained that this is one of the few home games because of their opt-out slap on the wrist punishment. So not a lot of home games for those student athletes, and I feel for that, or that fan base down there, I feel for that. But they got a home game coming up against a non-conference opponent. FAMU is I'm going to say, Chuck, not a must-win for SWAC standing, but they're in a must-win for some colleges. To be that premier program in the SWAC, in this first year in the SWAC, and a premier program in the SWAC East, don't want to start off 0-2. Particularly having played big boy, blue blood in the SWAC and losing by 1 point, and now playing a non-conference, lower conference, if you will. Can't lose that game.
Can't lose that game. They will be starting freshman quarterback, junior Manitoba. Quarterback this past week. So I did the game with Florida A&M home open for the shot at tough Port Valley State team. Like I said, they got an impressive shutout against Tuskegee to open the season. But there is a Miles game that's going to be a really good one as well. Like I said, Miles is a pedigree program, but if you draw up a team that many think are going to be SWAC favorites in the SWAC, and it's going to make a lot of noise, it is the second Jaguar. I think they're probably one of the more impressive offensive lines in the SWAC. 4 preseason-long SWAC selections along the offensive line. 5th-year senior at quarterback, and they got one of the premier pass rushers in the SWAC. So they are a team that should be making some noise. So they have a tough one against Miles now.
Man, outstanding information, Chuck, and I hope people are jotting down those names that you're throwing out, because you always call them right when you talk about those players to watch and what to look for in those games. And again, if you're just joining us, we are live from Big Bill's Barbecue, so there's going to be some background noise as people start coming in and enjoying this great barbecue. The bar is behind me, and it's filling up with Jackson State fans. Chuck is in the dining area. We're going to walk a little bit and kind of show y'all, a lay of the land here at Bill, so you can kind of see where we are, because we love supporting businesses in areas that we visit, small businesses, small Black-owned businesses especially. So we're here at Big Bill's Barbecue out here on Kirby Parkway. Hey, Chuck.
What you got on there?
Bologna sandwich, man. If you don't come to Memphis to get you a barbecue with bologna sandwich, you just ain't living right.
Oh, man.
Chuck, it's something for you here, too. You know what?
What you got for me?
Last week, I delivered you a pizza.
You did.
This week, I'm going to deliver you some barbecue nachos, Chuck.
Oh, man.
I'm delivering you some barbecue nachos.
Well, I'm gonna have to live on the treadmill.
Delivering you some barbecue nachos from Big Bill's, man. You got a pizza last week. Now you got you some barbecue nachos. I'm country than a brown egg, so I got this bologna sandwich. It's cut thick too. Kind of like this girl walking behind me in this lime green. It's cut thick. That should go by you now, Chuck. She's on world tour. She gonna be trending topic.
That's indeed, baby. I can always count on my partner. He finds everything, all the moving parts of when we do these live remotes. So, how many of you live on Big Bill's Barbecue here at 2857 Kirby Parkway?
Hey, Chuck, you remember when we said that in the 110-year history of JSU football, no one has ever done sideline interviews and locker room interviews and presented them the way that Coach Brown has allowed us to do? Remember that?
Correct. I do.
Let me give you another first, only on the pregame show. Never in an HBCU or even Power 5 sports show has somebody taken a bite out of a barbecue bologna sandwich with coleslaw.
While screaming.
So,
I can count on my partner all day.
That's a first.
That's a first.
Give you first here. We give you first.
Let me add a no doubt about it.
It's all good, Chuck. Now, we are 23 hours away from kickoff. Just joining us. We're at Big Bill's on Kirby Parkway in Memphis here for the Southern Heritage Classic. I got barbecue bologna in my mouth. I'm smacking and drooling. Jackson State Tigers versus Tennessee State. We don't refer to them as the Tigers, we just say Tennessee State. Jackson State Tigers versus Tennessee State. Coach Prime Deion Sanders on one side of the field. Eddie George, Heisman Trophy winner on the other. It's going to be an exciting day and weekend here in Memphis, Tennessee for the Southern Heritage Classic.
Well, I tell you what, Neely, we're looking forward to it tomorrow, buddy. Trying to bring our Jackson State fans a sneak peek of the Jackson State Tigers before they take on the field at the Liberty Bowl Stadium tomorrow, taking on Tennessee State. Looking forward to bringing you all the inside scoop, if you will, that we can, and try to bring you the interview so that our Jackson State fans can really take that sneak peek behind the curtain of Jackson State football. Tomorrow, look for it. Set that alert now for the pregame show. There you go, Neil.
You know, if you watch the sideline interviews we did straight from the Tiger's mouth, Nugget had a little something in his nose, and Shadow said, hey, he had something in his nose, and proceeded to get it out from him. I remember the old beat out Sassoon tagline, if you don't look good, we don't look good. Beat out Sassoon. So, man, I got to make sure, as good as that barbecue bologna is, ain't nothing around my mouth. Just like Shadow, to make sure that booger wasn't in Nugget nose. So you got to look out for y'all.
Look good, feel good, play good. There you go.
And they pay good.
There you go. No doubt about it, man. Well, Neely, are there any closing words for the pre-game show as we get ready for tomorrow?
Well,
like we might have one game.
We got a special guest. We got Coach Pollard trying to join in, our offensive coordinator. He's out there recruiting here in Memphis, but still trying to join us. So we're going to bring him on before we wrap out.
Yeah, no doubt.
See if we can get him on. I know he's trying to connect now. Y'all stand by.
We're going to try to get Coach Michael Pollard, co-offensive coordinator for Jackson State football team.
There he is. There he is. Coach, can you hear us? Oh, he's connecting. Hold on one second.
We're getting him connected to the audio. Yeah. Coach Pollard, how you doing?
25. There we go. I think we got it now. Coach, you there?
There we go. We got it now.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
how you
Coach,
doing,
you got it. I know you are out there on the recruiting trail taking advantage of this trip to Memphis to recruit this excellent football hotbed. We appreciate you joining us, brother.
Hey, man, we're glad to be here. We are glad to be here. We out here watching some really good players in the Memphis area. And, you know, we're just trying to see if we can't make some Tigers.
Hey, Coach Prime said that, you know, he was going to offer at least 3 dogs on this trip. So I'm glad to see y'all out there enjoying these Friday night lights in Memphis, Tennessee, and glad you could join the pregame show. Coach, we're here at Big Bill's Barbecue, and I got a barbecue bologna sandwich.
Woo, man. Some boys asked me today, they said, what's Memphis known for? I said, barbecue and blues, baby.
Well, speaking of blues, we're going to try to issue out some blues to Tennessee State tomorrow. Talk to us about the preparation this week as you got your offensive unit ready to face the Tennessee State defense.
Yeah, we've had a really good week of preparation. We cleaned up some mistakes from last Sunday, hopefully. And, you know, our kids have been focused this week. And it's really been a really positive week of preparation for us. So we're excited to get out here tomorrow and to show that we're ready to take it to the next step and correct those mistakes that kept us off the board last week.
Coach Pollard, what have you seen thus far from Tennessee State on film? What have you seen from Tennessee State on film?
Oh, I see. They're a 4-2-5 defense. They got a really big defensive line. They got some 330-pounders up there on the D line. They got one kid that's about 385. But, you know, they play very well in the secondary, and their linebackers are really active. They didn't really blitz a lot in the first game against Grambling, but, you know, we're expecting them to try to heat us up a little bit because, you know, we throw it a little bit more than Grambling did. So, you know, we're prepared for that. And, you know, we feel really good about our game plan.
Let me ask you this. When you look at that defense, FAMU, we really couldn't get the run game established last week. What are you expecting or looking forward as far as establishing our run game against Tennessee State?
Well, we got to continue working hard on that, and like I say, early in the season, your offensive line is typically the last group to come to really gel. So we're still trying to work that through the kinks with that. And one thing is I probably got to call it more because we just need to, sometimes you got to give your run game a chance to heat up and get warmed up. It don't always look good early in the game, and as you go, it gets better. So we really worked hard to speak on those situations in the run game. Those couple of short yardage situations that we didn't execute on that really and truly kept us from possibly scoring 30 or more points.
Coach, they say for football action, teams make their greatest jump from week 1 to week 2. What are your expectations with regards to sophomore tomorrow?
Oh yeah, I every year I've coached, that's been the case, and I expect the same thing this year. I really do. I think we came out. We were, obviously we were disappointed out total from Sunday, but we also saw where if we correct a few mistakes here, it could have been a blowout. So our kids need to they understand that. They've taken the practice field with a purpose this week, and I really feel like that we're going to have an opportunity tomorrow night to show the improvement and to show the kind of offense we're taking.
Well, I tell you, Coach, and we're going to let you go because we know you're out there on the recruit trail and visiting these local high schools. But last week, as you just said, we left some things out there. Had a couple of turnovers from QB1, had a couple of drop passes, had a mixed field goal, just some clear things we left out on the field. Tiger Nation is here, man, in Memphis. So the Liberty Bowl is going to be rocking with the Sonic Boom and Tiger fans. We appreciate you stepping away from that recruiting trail, man, to come on the pregame show. And we'll see you, brother, at the team hotel tomorrow morning. And all I can tell you, man, is I believe in Go Tigers.
There you go, guys. It's always a pleasure to join you guys. And I look forward to seeing y'all in the morning.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. And get us a couple dogs out there now.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. We sure are.
Thank you, Coach. That was Coach Michael Pollack. He is the co-offensive coordinator for your Jackson State football Tigers. Neely, he said, maybe look at some adjustments from a play calling perspective tomorrow. Try to get that running game up.
Yeah, Chuck, as you call it, boots on the ground. Neely spent some time with the coaches and the players this week when we all got back from Miami. And I just really think that there's going to be an emphasis on the run game. I think FAMU almost again to the point of being disrespectful with the front that they showed, defensive front. They were daring us to run and we couldn't get it done. And you heard Coach Pollack right there. He said, man, maybe I didn't dial it up enough. I just think going into this week, look for the run game to be established. We brought some additional backs on the roster that are making this road trip that didn't necessarily make the trip to Miami. So I think there's going to be an emphasis on the run game, and that's going to open up the pass game. And that bevy of receivers that we have, they're going to eat and eat even more because we're going to establish that run game.
Nothing like a run game to open up the passing game. I think that's one of the criticisms that Dallas Cowboys actually had last night. Maybe they didn't run the ball enough and put it all on Dak's shoulder.
Yeah, last I checked, man, when I was watching the game, I think Dak threw 56 passes, and Zeke didn't have 56 yards running. You've got to have a balanced offense to keep everything honest. Coincidentally, Coach Pollack is also a Cowboys fan. So I know he was watching that. Let me tell you this, man. Let me put my fan hat on a second. I know you had Lori and Chris Evans on to watch the Cowboys play with Deion Sanders and hear him commentate on the game. It's one of those moments that we allow people their privacy, but you wish that was an episode because it was phenomenal to hear him call out those defenses and what those receivers were trying to do against the DBs. But back more importantly to what we were talking about with Tennessee State facing them. Great to have Coach Pollack drop by out there on the recruiting trail Friday night lights. Coach Brian has sent his assistant coaches all across Memphis tonight to recruit these local high schools while they're in town. And even while doing that, he took some time out to join the pregame show live. And it just shows you the relationship capital that this program has with our coaches. And to hear him say, hey, man, maybe I need to call some more run plays than what I did last week with FAMU. As we said before we came on, Chuck, I really think the run game is going to look to be improved this week. I think the defensive line, the defensive play is going to hold forth and hold court and do what they did last week. I think we can expect a better game from QB1 and those receivers, not just in statistics, but producing points from statistics. Because we can't shy away from this now. Ain't nothing wrong with 18 to 24.
Yeah.
I take 18 to 24 every week. Ain't nothing wrong with 18 to 24. It's just we didn't capitalize and turn it into points because there was a missed field goal or 2 fumbles or a drop pass that you didn't get the net gain out of it, but you got the number. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow, man. We're going to be at the team hotel first thing in the morning with the pregame show live from the team hotel, traveling with the team to the stadium, bringing you sideline interviews that we'll be producing after that. Chuck, it's a great day to be a Jackson State Tiger. I don't want to say a Tiger because we're not talking about Tennessee State. It's a great day to be a Jackson State Tiger.
Great day to be a Jackson State Tiger. I think also, this is the one game, but also I think another element that I'm looking forward to tomorrow is special teams. I know we got some dogs.
We'll say it. We'll say it.
That can take it to the house tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see Tennessee State strategy with regards to punting to Mr. Travis, Warren Newman, but a couple other dogs back there as well, man. They can make it house.
So I just so happen to know of a special teams play that is likely going to be called up that we're not going to talk about on the air because I know Eddie George is watching this program right now. But you called it, Chuck. Look for some dynamic special teams play tomorrow. You nailed it, Chuck.
We're looking forward to Southern Heritage Classic on tomorrow. Neely, man, I tell you, we dug our heels in here at Southern Heritage Classic here at Big Bill's Barbecue, 2857 Kirby Parkway. Man, you brought the food around, man.
I'm gonna eat bologna sandwich like we do at Mama House.
Well, Neely, are there any party words with the bologna sandwich?
Not too late to get to Memphis if you're not here. Tickets are still available. Game will be streaming on ESPN3 platforms. Tailgating will be open tomorrow. Memphis Alumni Chapter has an outstanding tailgate planned for tomorrow. So get to the stadium if you can. A lot of Jacksonians in town, a lot of flags. Great day to be a Jackson State Tiger. Support the Tigers. Donate to JSU Athletics. You can hit that link. It's always in the bio of our Instagram page. All that we do is geared to, as I wolf this bologna sandwich down, is geared toward promoting and our student athletes and their brands and what they bring to the table. So, Chuck, looking forward to tomorrow, man. Get to that team hotel. Getting y'all guys some interviews in the morning, some exclusive content before we get to the stadium. This is 6 p.m. kickoff. Did something just fly out my mouth? I think something just fly out my mouth. Y'all had to rewind that back. 6 p.m. kickoff. Rain is not an issue like it was last week. Should be a great game. Should be a fast game. I think it's going to be more points scored this week than last.
You know, should be a fun one. Well, Neely, we've done it again. The pre-game show. We'll get ready for the pre-game show in the morning. But for my partner, Neely, Mr. Bruce on the ground himself, Charles Bishop. It's the pre-game show here on the Black College Sports Network. And as we always close out, we
got a special closeout, Chuck. 2 shout-outs. Got to recognize Big Bill's Barbecue out here on Kirby Parkway for hosting us. But on a more solemn note, I want to extend our condolences from the pregame show at Jackson State University to former Hinds County District Attorney, childhood friend of mine that grew up with on Morehouse Avenue when our parents brought us home as neighbors from the hospital as infants. Robert Schuler Smith passed away as a result of a car accident that he suffered. So, man, we just want to say to the Smith family that we are loving on you. Thinking of you all the way in Memphis, Tennessee. We can't wait to get back Jackson and put our arms around you because we love you.
No doubt about it. No better way to close out. And we'll see you in the morning here on the pregame show. And we always close out. We got a team, my dollars. We're going to fight, my dollars. We're going to win, my dollars. Until tomorrow, there's Neely and Bishop, the pregame show here on the Black College Sports Network.